Yo, what's up, sports bettors? So I have a little two-pick parlay for today, and we're going to be breaking down how do parlays work. A common misconception. So I'll include this PowerPoint kind of breaking down parlays, parlay odds in the description on YouTube. But a common misconception is, oh, you can't make money betting on parlays. It's absolutely false. It's BS. You can see on my Pickett Sports bet tracker, it's been rough recently during baseball season, but up 31K in parlays on the year, right? Pickett is a verified bet tracker. You can follow all my plays on Pickett. But regardless, the point of these videos is to be educational. So we're going to break down how do parlays work. So the reason most people say, oh, you can't make money betting on parlays is most people can't make money betting on straight bets, right? Parlays require 2 or more bets to win to cash, right? So if you can't make money betting on straight bets, then you're not going to be able to make money betting on parlays. So my parlay is going to be on Fliff Sportsbook. So this sportsbook right here. And a lot of people will be like, oh, why don't you have a parlay on FanDuel? Well, I'm currently in California. All these states, have different sports books. So Caesars, FanDuel, DraftKings, not legal in California. There's probably a bunch of profitable plays on FanDuel, Caesars, DraftKings. You can see when I'm in a state that FanDuel's legal, I use FanDuel. I'm up 8.5K on FanDuel this year. I love FanDuel. I'm not currently in a state where FanDuel's legal, so I'm stuck with Fliff. But long story short, as a sports bettor, I've explained this in other videos, you want to have as many accounts as possible. You can see I'm actually running really cold on Fliff. I'm down 9K on Fliff. But that's why you have numerous sports books. You never know which book is going to slip up and have profitable bets on a given day. I'm up 32K on Underdog Fantasy. You want to have as many sportsbook accounts as possible, right? Because you never know where the value is going to be. So if we check out, the OddsJam Positive EV tool, so it's called Positive EV. It's a complicated word, but all it means is positive expected value. The ROI on your bet is positive. It's a profitable bet. So all you want to do when using the Positive EV tool is select the sportsbooks you use. So again, I don't have access to FanDuel, so I don't have FanDuel selected. Maybe you do, so you may see different bets. But on Fliff, the first play, you're going to see really good profit margin, 4.79%. A lot of people, they don't understand how big that is, right? You can see in 2023, I have a 90K of profit with a 10% ROI. That doesn't mean I bet $900,000 every single day, right? What this means is over the course of, 4 months, 5 months, whatever, I'm up 90K. But what's crazy about sports betting is your returns are daily, right? If you could get a 4.79 or even just a 4% ROI on your bets every day, there's 30 days in a month. This game is today. So that's really the power of sports betting and why you can make a lot of money sports betting is your returns are daily, right? If you can earn a 4% ROI on your bets, there's 30 days in a month. 30 times 4 is 120%. You're going to have an 120% ROI over the course of a month, right? That's why sports betting is so powerful. Your returns are daily, right? So why is this play so profitable, right? When you're using the Positive EV tool, you just want to take the bet in bold and in green. And you can see it's Domingo German under 5.5 strikeouts. So the first thing that should stand out to you is what is Fliff doing? Every sports book, look at Caesars, look at DraftKings, look at BetOnline, Resorts World, Pinnacle. Every sports book, they all have the under for Germain. They all have his under 5.5 strikeouts heavily favored. Fliff is the only sports book that has his over favored, right? Fliff has the over at -140, the under at -105. All these other sports books are like the opposite. You can see here the average line on his under is around -132. All of the books, except for Fliff, have his under heavily favored. So we found a line discrepancy. So that's exactly what, OddsJam is doing, is if you pull up, for example, the, one specific game, so we can look at any market you want. So if I just pull up player bases, whatever, all OddsJam is doing is for the sports books you use. So I have Fliff selected right here. It's scanning millions of odds, right? Like this is just one market for one game in the MLB. Yankees, Mariners, there's tons of MLB games, player bases, right? There's tons of different markets. OddsJam is scanning all of these lines, right? There's literally millions of odds being updated every second on OddsJam to point out value in the market, right? Big discrepancies. So what you're going to see is, as a sharp bettor, I say this all the time, we treat every sportsbook as a data point on where should the line be set, right? So you can see Pinnacle right here, they're known to be the sharpest, the smartest sportsbook in the world. They have the under at minus 150. So we're getting 45 cents better on Fliff. So this is a data point, right? Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world, is a data point. They're pricing his under at minus 150. We're getting it at minus 105 on Fliff. Bet Online is another very sharp online sportsbook. They have the under at minus 147. We're getting minus 105. Extremely clear value. Caesars, minus 146. So again, all these books have slightly different lines from one another. So we treat every book as a data point. It's not just like this bet looks like incredible value to Pinnacle. It looks like incredible value to DraftKings, Caesars, Bet Online, right? Just clear value at minus 105. And what's interesting as well is you can see OddsJam will show you the line movements. So you can see here, all of the sports books have been ripping odds lower on Germain's under 5.5 strikeouts. So you can see DraftKings had the over or the under at plus 100. They've ripped it down to minus 135. So all of the books are saying, whoa, his under should be a lot more favored, and they're moving lines in favor of the under, as you can see here, right? Caesars, all these different sports books. So that's the first play I went with, and we'll kind of break down the math behind this parlay here in a second. And again, I'll include this, presentation. Any questions you have, never hesitate to reach out. But anyways, the second pick I have is Max Strus under 9.5 points. So Strus's line was initially set at over under 12, 11.5, 12.5 points on most sports books. But again, lines can move at any time. So Gabe Vincent, for example, is questionable for Monday, for today, for Game 7 of Heat Celtics. It's looking like he's going to play. So if Gabe Vincent's playing, Strus is going to have less minutes, so his total points line has come down. So I've explained this before, but these lines can move for any reason, right? Weather changes in the MLB, lineup changes, let's say Domingo. Let's say, Mariners, they put more players in their lineup who don't strike out often, right? That's going to make Domingo Germain's under, he's a pitcher for the Yankees, his under 5.5 strikeouts more favored. If the Mariners play, a bunch of players in their lineup who put the ball in play and are less likely to strike out, then his under 5.5 strikeouts has to become more favored. So lines move for a ton of reasons, right? Or maybe all of the sharp bettors, maybe the syndicates, the sports betting hedge funds, maybe they have models and they all started hammering the under. But long story short, lines can move for any reason. Maybe all the action was coming in on its under from sharp bettors, so sportsbooks moved odds in favor of his under. I don't really know why. We'll never know why Bet Online moved from minus 120 to minus 147. We just know it's reflecting new information in the market, right? The same way if there's good economic news, the price of stocks go up. You're never going to know the exact amount, but the market is always reacting to new information. So for example, because it's looking like Gabe Vincent is going to play, he was initially questionable, Strus is going to have less minutes, so his under for player points becomes more likely because he's less likely to play a lot of minutes, right? This should make sense. So the first two picks I went with are first Domingo Germain under 5.5 Ks, and then also Strus under 9.5 points. But what we can do is we can go through and we can back out, and I'll also include this spreadsheet in the description, the profit margin of this parlay and kind of explain the math, right? So I have two picks. In these videos, I'm always showing you, just what I'm putting my own money on. Quite simply, anything I'm betting, I'm giving out in these videos on Twitter explaining why I'm betting it. Why are these plays profitable? Out of the $90,000 of profit I've made this year, probably every single play I've given out on Twitter, YouTube, or both, right? Like I try to give out everything, explain everything. It's not like I don't have losing streaks. You can see I'm actually on a bit of a losing streak right now, but it doesn't matter, right? Because I'm all about the long-term focus, making money long-term. So long story short, what you need to do to figure out the profit margin of your parlay is you need to figure out what is the probability each of these bets wins. So I'm betting 250 bucks at plus 273 odds, right? So if you pull up a little parlay calculator, so there's one right here. So minus 105, minus 110, my parlay odds come out to roughly plus 273. And it's pretty simple, right? If each of the bets in your parlay is profitable, is positive EV, then your parlay is going to be profitable. Your parlay is going to be positive EV. But what you're going to see is like, okay, what we need to do first is figure out what's the win probability for each of our bets, and then we can figure out the win probability for our parlay and the profit margin of our parlay. So we'll start out by looking at a no-vig odds calculator, and we'll put in Pinnacle's market again. Pinnacle Sportsbook right here, known to be the sharpest, the smartest sportsbook in the world. So they have the under all the way at minus 150. So they have the under as a huge favorite. So according to Pinnacle, the under is a lot more likely than the over, right? As they're telling you through their odds, they have the under favored, right? The under is minus 150. The under is the favorite outcome according to the sharpest bookmaker in the world. So all a no-vig odds calculator does is it quantifies the win probability for your bet based on sportsbook odds, right? So right here, you can see this calculator saying, okay, according to the model on Pinnacle Sportsbook where they're setting lines, they have the under favored, right? So he's always going over or under. So if the under is favored, we know the under is above 50% to occur. But according to a no-vig odds calculator, the under is 56.33% to win, right? According to Pinnacle. According to Pinnacle's model, the under is 56.33% to win. Should make sense. The under is the juiced outcome. The under is the favorite outcome, right? Now, if you look at DraftKings, they're a little less bullish on the under, right? They have the over at plus 105, the under only at minus 135. Pinnacle has the under at minus 150. DraftKings is only minus 135. So Pinnacle has the under as a bigger favorite than, let's say, DraftKings does. But regardless, if we put in DraftKings odds, you're going to see they still have the under favored 54.08% to win. Pinnacle, again, was 56.33% to win. So according to DraftKings, the under is a little less favored. The under is still the favored outcome. It's still above 50% to win, but it's not as high as Pinnacle's win percentage, 56.33%, right? So sportsbooks, they tell you win probabilities for bets through their odds, right? So as an example, if a team is, let's say, minus 200 means 2-1 betting favorite. 2/3 to win, 66.67% to win. That's what minus 200 means. A 2-1 betting favorite, 2/3 to win, 66.67% to win. So here, Pinnacle only has this at minus 150, so it's not like it's 66.67% to win, but it's 56.33% to win according to the betting market, according to the odds on Pinnacle, sharpest sportsbook in the world. So cool. Then we need to look at Struce under 9.5 points. So you're going to see Pinnacle has the over at minus 106 and the under at minus 137. So this play has a 3.92% profit margin, so a little lower than this 4.79%, but regardless. What we'll do is we'll put that into a no-vig odds calculator. According to Pinnacle's market, right here, right, the under is 54.35% to win. 54.35% to win. Again, literally just grabbing plays off the positive EV tool. Nothing complicated going on here. Okay, so now we have the win probability, the true win probability, according to the odds on Pinnacle. And again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. According to Pinnacle, so what we can do is we can back out the win probability for our parlay. So you just multiply these numbers together, right? Like we need each of these bets in our parlay to win. Like for my parlay to win, both of these bets have to win. So the probability my parlay wins is just this number times this number, right? The win probability for each bet, you multiply them together. So according to Pinnacle Sportsbook, sharpest sportsbook in the world, this play is 31% to win. We're betting 250 bucks at plus 273 odds. So you can back out the profit margin of your parlay. It's 14.2%. Really high, right? $35 of edge of profit margin on this bet. So when people are like, how did you make 90 grand sports betting? This bet has $35 of profit margin, this 2-pick parlay, because I found 2 plays with an insanely good edge, an insanely high profit margin. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully you guys are able to tail this, roll with me. I try to make these videos educational. Let's make some money, guys.